All right, we are live. Let's see if it'll.
Yay!
Yay! You guys hear me?
Okay, yeah, I just refreshed. Oh, I need to mute that because I do not want to hear myself talk. Okay, sorry.
Where's
Hi,
the video?
everyone.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Where's the live video? I'm stuck. I can't find your live video on YouTube.
I just refreshed it. I don't know. I opened it up like when it was still the
Yeah, I got it.
Found it. Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Brandy. I don't know why I'm introducing myself. We've done this twice already. We are doing our first double live show together, and we will be discussing Nightchaser by Amanda Bouchet. I don't have physical copies. Amanda has them up.
I got him up. I got him up.
Blood by Nalini Singh. So we're gonna start with what, Nightchaser, since that was our March pick.
Yes,
sounds good.
Okay, so starting off, if you guys don't know already, Nightchaser was following Tess Bailey. She is it's almost like a Robin Hood type of thing. She is stealing stuff from the military and the big government force of her world, and she's taking these things to the less fortunate of the universe. And she has a bounty out on her head because she's stolen something pretty important, and the story pretty much takes off from there. So I guess to get started, you guys want to talk about general thoughts and ratings?
I gave it 4 stars. I'll say that. I liked it quite a bit. There was like some shaky world building at times. That's why I took off a star. But overall, I enjoyed it. We had some smutty delights in a book.
Yes.
So I was very excited for that. I'm like, guys, chapter 19, it's all smut. I remember I Voxer chatted you right away. So yeah, I very much enjoyed it. It's a fun adventure story.
Yes, I also gave it 4 stars. It was weird being back in the sci-fi world. I feel like it's been a minute since I've read a sci-fi, but it's like a sci-fi romance, sort of like a light romance in there a little bit, and I really enjoyed it because it was just really high action and all of the sciencey stuff. And I know there's also some extra stuff that I'm sure we'll get into a little bit later that I wasn't expecting, plus the romance, because like Amanda said, I wasn't expecting that much compared to how we've been, the books that we've been reading. So I really enjoyed that, and I was really happy that we had that in there.
Yeah. What about you, Lauren?
So for me, it was the same, about 4.5-ish. I think the first time I read it, I just hammered down 5 stars, but I'd come right off of reading her other series, which was shaky as fuck. So this was awesome. I went straight from DNFing the 3rd book in our other series right into this one. So I just read it. I was like, yes, win.
I just bought the first book of that series, the Kingmaker series, because I was like, oh, let's see what she does with fantasy. I actually have the first book and I have the 3rd book because I got an arc of the 3rd book. And I was just like, what am I going to do with this? So I finally just got the first book. So eventually I'll get to it.
Yeah, that one's, it's something about that ancient Greek characters and this less ancient carnival setting, and they use really modern dialect, and it just it drove me a little nuts. But what's that? Was I the only one in this book that got bothered by the 1st person and 3rd person switching between him and her?
I was really confused when it first started because, we had so many different characters. So I was just I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then that type of thing. I hate when they switch back and forth in the same book. I just just stick to one.
Yeah.
And keep it that way, because I just read another book that did basically the same thing and it irritated me. So those type of things, I'm just if you're going to start with one, why don't you just continue with one, especially when you're doing different characters, because it really it's not going to make a big difference when you switch up, or if you keep it the same for, different characters. I'm saying the same thing over and over. Sorry.
It was harder for me to being in his point of view because it just go to 3rd, and so we didn't get his thoughts as much, or maybe we did, but it's just I have never liked that switch. Like, if you're going to switch back and forth, they either both need to be first or both need to be like close third. That first and third just drives me a little crazy.
I didn't actually notice it. Strangely enough, because I listened on audio while I was reading along, so like I didn't even catch that it changed like first to third because it's two different voices.
Yeah.
So like I obviously knew who was talking and what they were doing, so it didn't bother me as much. I think maybe if I was reading it, I might have had more problems, but with an audio book, I think it kind of differentiated it better.
Yeah. I think what confused me about, because I did like mostly listen to the audio too. What confused me was that when Shade came up, I thought he was the guy that was like in the lab thing at the beginning, or when they were first starting off. Because I was just like,
the big guy.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this is just weird. But then when they started talking, and then she was just like, oh yeah, like this is the first time she had ever met this guy. I was like, okay. It took me a minute because I was just like, is this the guy she's supposed to be falling for? Is this the bounty hunter that's supposed to be after her or whatever? So I was like really confused when it first started because I didn't know what was going on and
I was wondering that too.
Together.
Like, who is this guy on her ship? Is she supposed to like get with him? This big guy who's like strange and creepy in a lab? Like, is that like the love interest? I was confused.
Off lab and never said anything, just like hid back there. Like,
yeah, he didn't eat. He didn't use the bathroom. He was just there.
Well, you know what? I've seen like worse like male leads in a book. Like I've seen a lot of twisted guys who are like, I'm sad and like destroyed, and but like love will save me. Like I've seen it before.
I just kept picturing him like, what was that Jordan Peele movie? Not Us, but the one before that.
I still
I just kept picturing him like one of those characters. Like they just open the door and he's just standing creepy in the doorway and shit because it's so weird.
But I kind of like that's like fun for like at least the comedic value because it's just like big creepy guy just standing there. It's like a visual gag, but like it comes through in a written format, so I think it kind of worked.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I could have gone very badly. Like it wasn't the best, but I could have gone so much worse.
Yeah,
like okay, come to the front. We're about to go through a black hole, and he was just like, "Let me grab onto you, and make sure you don't go anywhere." So it's like. Okay.
But that's like a good way to start a book, though. It's just like you're like right in peril. Like, oh, we're gonna go into a black hole to escape getting captured by the government. Like, way to start a book.
That was an excellent intro. Like, I really like that. But I did have a hard time trying to figure out because I thought for a minute there was gonna be a love triangle. It's like, oh shit, here we go.
Oh no.
Quadrangle, square, rectangle, whatever.
Yeah. Everybody on the ship want to be together.
It was the guy in the lab and then her like super overbearing pushy best friend.
Oh, Jack.
So like that's
I don't know. I think like the only thing that was like confusing me at the beginning was that like they kept referencing things that had happened in the past, like we should have known about it. And I was like, wait, no. I don't know anything of your world because I'm not in it. So there's like a little bit shaky world building from that perspective. Because it's just like, hey, remember when that happened? No, you never told me. So, like I was able to figure it out, but there was kind of I think she assumed the reader knew too much at certain points.
It kind of like, so Aurora Rising did the same thing a little bit, and it kind of gives me those, damn it, what's that show? Like The Expanse or Dark Matter, where they start you off in the middle of it, and it takes you to like episode 7 before you're like, figured it out. It's like that, but that doesn't work very well in like written format, because it's like, I don't want to be confused for like 80% of the book.
Yeah, I wasn't confused. It was just more like, it's like when you're talking to someone and you like, I know their name, but I don't remember it. So you're like, I'm just gonna pretend like I know your name. Like, that's how I kind of felt.
Like a fake it till you make it with the world building a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was one of the big things. And it was just like, oh, what's your name? And she was like, Quintessa with Novalite. And they were just like, everybody's like, oh my goodness, it's her. I was just like, but who is she to, who is she to everybody else? I'm not, they haven't explained it yet. So I don't know.
And also, it's like, you're the most wanted fugitive in the galaxy. Quit telling people your secret identity. Like, she told so many people. It's like every time you had an option, like, ooh, do I tell them my secret identity? It wasn't even like, oh, I'm Quintessa. Like, girl.
Yeah, she was like, oh,
How
this
did
old
you
lady
get this
gave me
far?
a cat and she loves books. Let me tell her my real name.
Yeah. Come to think of it, her alias wasn't that great either.
Yep, it's just Tess. Oh, Quintessa. But I mean, at least I don't know. Maybe it's just easy to remember for her. Maybe that was it.
Probably.
What did you guys think of the romance between Shade and Tess?
Okay, so the first time I read it through, I really liked it. And the second time I read it through, I was like, "Oh, you're a little thirsty, just a little." He kept telling her no, and she's like, "I'm just gonna keep trying." I'm like, "Oh,
right.
Okay."
She's like, he rejected me, but I've never felt this way about anybody else, so I'm gonna try again.
Yeah, if it was the other way, if it was the guy doing that, oh, she rejected me, but I'm gonna keep trying. You'd be like, hey, stop it, rapey. Like,
right.
So, and she just shows up at a shop and takes off her clothes, and I'm like, well, that's one way of doing it.
Right.
It worked out. So.
Right. About it. She'd be in her head, and it'd just be like, well, I mean, I know you said no, but what is it gonna hurt to keep trying?
Okay. Like, did you mean maybe? I liked it though. I don't know. I just like it's a me thing in general. If any guy like when I first meet him, puts the full court press on me with like immediate sexual innuendo, I'm just like, I'm not talking with you, which made me very good at dodging fuckboys in life. So like when I see that, I'm like,
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about you, Shade. You seem a little creepy.
It's like the version of like a dick pic in the first message. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Say hi, spit spaghetti, nothing. You just gonna send a dick pic, huh? All right, whatever.
It's like, hello, dick.
It's like warn a bitch or something. Jesus.
And she'd be like, okay, I want it. He's like, you know what? Never mind. I didn't mean to send it to you. Sorry.
Someone else. Oh, them.
I really liked how Shade had that kind of like motivating, like I need to get my family's tower back, but at the same time, it was like how stupid of it was for you to lose it in the first place. I'm like, yeah, just let it go. Let it go.
It was like I was all in my emotions, so I gambled it all away.
And how big was that debt? And he was just also casually, I just have to get $500,000 together. No big fucking deal. Like, what? He
could have just sold one of the docks. And then had all the rest of the docks. there were many options. I get, he was like 18, 19 when that happened and sad. So I understand not being rational. But like, why was there no one else around him that'd be like, hey, maybe don't do that.
Right? Maybe
like when there's a company, there's someone else that works at this company.
Yes.
So I know like really random topic, but I kind of thought that Susan, is that the old lady with the books and the cats?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was like a bounty hunter for a good little minute. Cause I was just like, oh, she was just like, yeah, sure, bring this stuff here and come on, let's do this. And I was just like, oh my goodness, they're gonna turn her in.
Ooh, that would have been a good twist.
Like, yeah, let's come get a shower, be fine. Now I know your real name and okay, it's time for you to go. I know how they want you now.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily that didn't happen because story would have ended a lot sooner than it did. But
I kind of like that it was a little predictable. It's just like, yeah, we all know Shade's gonna like save her in the end and it brings the cat. But you know what? Like I like it because I was like, yeah, you should save her and bring the cat. I want to see that. Even if I know it's gonna happen, I was excited to see it.
Yeah. It was super cute.
Yeah. Because if someone's gonna come save me from like my evil dad, who's like the emperor of the universe, he better bring a kitten. Like, that makes it a better rescue.
So what did you guys think about, I guess, like the ending parts of it? I found it a little predictable, but like some of it I was a little surprised by, but I like as it led up to it, I was just like, okay, kind of saw that coming, but
I think by the time the ending came around, I was more invested in the romance than the plot, so I didn't really care. I just wanted them to get back together. Like, I didn't even care what the hell happened. Like, the orphans was like, all right, we know they're not gonna die, so next.
Yeah. It just didn't seem like a book where she's like, you know what? I'm gonna murder a lot of kids in it. It doesn't seem like that kind of book. Like, I felt they were pretty safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, yeah, let's just like get you guys naked again. Let's read about that.
I do wish that somebody would have shot the uncle. He didn't die. No, he didn't. I think he should have.
You think he was secretly her dad or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like uncle might be daddy.
Yeah, that's he might be
his stepsister. It was his stepsister who was her mom. So they weren't related. It wasn't like he's fucking his real sister.
that would go into like some new adult romance trophy stuff, but I would just be done after that. I'm done.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little weird though how he was all scared off by a big guy and whoever else he came with, because he was just like, "Oh, I'm not gonna mess with them people. Let's run now." I guess he was one of the people he, experimented on, but that was a little like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna run away now, and then we're gonna deal with him later."
Yeah. Well, I guess if you made the boogeyman and then the boogeyman was coming to you, then you'd be like, "Oh fuck, I know what he does."
True.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens with that character. Well, with him and with the uncle, because I don't know, it just left off like kind of. It wasn't wrapped up, but it just still felt too neat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like very bloodthirsty. Like somebody needs to get shot because I'm feeling a little underwhelmed here.
There was a lot of shooting and lack of people getting shot.
There was.
That is correct.
It was very active war in that aspect. Like, oh, look, there's a war and nobody died. Okay, that's how war.
Well, the one character died. I was a little sad about that because I was just like, I know they killed her off because they was like, oh, we have a new navigator now, so we don't really need her anymore. We're just gonna.
Yeah, that was shitty.
I was just like, really, the one person who, she didn't do a whole lot in the story, but I feel like she was the one that had the most struggles on that ship.
And she had this whole story behind her and like how she had chopped her arm off to get out of prison. Like she had a will to survive and she had horrible things happen to her. Like I'm assuming a sexual assault past. And they're like, we'll just kill her. Like instead of exploring any of that trauma.
Yeah, a total throwaway character. That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Bummer.
I wanted to see her grandma do more cool stuff. Because she's kind of like a Yoda character and I just wanted to see her be more Yoda-y.
Like go into a rage in the next book, just blackout kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, totally. I would totally watch an old lady do that. That'd be great.
They're probably gonna experiment on her, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Honestly, it's gonna be like a Peter from Hunger Games situation when she comes back.
Didn't think of that. Oh my gosh, they're gonna make a psycho grandma, and I'm so excited. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but now I can't stop thinking about it.
We need more psycho grandma narratives. Agreed.
Yeah, that would be fun. They're like, don't hurt the grandma, but then she's killing everybody. What do we do?
Okay, so now I'm thinking about that movie Legion, where there's that demon grandma in the diner that was like climbing up the walls, like crab walking on the ceiling and shit. Yeah. Now that's the image I have in my head.
Exactly.
Oh no.
What would like a grandma movie? Like I always like the tagline for a psycho grandma movie is just like come over for milk and cookies and death.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Oscar Gold, guys, really.
That needs to happen.
Who's in the chat? Hello. I'm saying hi back to Anime25259 and Jean, or I'm assuming it's Jean, but it has lots of N's in it, so I'm confused. And KJ Reeds. So I'm just gonna say hi to everybody in the chat.
Hi guys. Hi Kev. Hi Jean. That's so awesome. It's people I recognize. Yay.
Yay.
You came back.
It's like, thanks for watching this time.
Yay.
Oh man.
Any other thoughts about whatever this is called? Nightchaser.
I forgot already.
Like whatever this thing is. Nightchaser, this one.
Hello. I really liked it, but I feel like maybe a lot of that was compounded by the fact that I binged the first 3 books first of her other series and then read this one. So now that I don't immediately have that to follow up on, this time when I read it through, I was just like, I like it. And now my brain is like, as we speak, getting rid of details. Like, okay.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, I did read it like a month ago, so I'm like,
right.
oh, this happened?
Well, hell, I read it yesterday.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It sucks though. The next one isn't. I don't know if that's the last book in the series. It's not coming out until like April
Next
or
year.
something of next year. So I was just like, that's
Yeah,
a
it's a long
long time.
Yeah, because I think my first read of this was I read the arc September of last year, so that's why I absolutely had to reread it. I had nothing like my brain no.
Just like I got the character's name from the description, but that's about it.
Pretty much. Oh.
All right. So are you guys ready to move on to I was about to say Nightchaser again. Oh geez. Angel's Blood.
Let's do it.
Angel's Blood. Da-da-da-da.
So this one is following, I forgot her first name. Elena Devereaux. She is a vampire hunter and she is living in New York City, I believe. And in this world, angels and archangels exist. And vampires come into the world because like archangels changed them. And Elena gets this really big job to hunt down somebody, and that's pretty much the main plot line of the story. And of course, there's romance and other stuff in the background.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
sorry. Go for it.
I'm gonna go for it. Okay. Concept-wise, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a concept like, oh, we're archangels, but we create vampires. That's like our thing. So I'm like, I never saw that coming. And also, I didn't do any research on this one before I started reading it. And I thought it was going to be like, I thought she was already an angel and they were like angel fighters. And then like, it was like going to be episodic as a series. And then I realized, oh no, this is like a Kate Daniels where it's like, it's the same characters for the whole series. So I thought like it was going to be episodic. And I was like, oh, I was wrong about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think there's one book later on, like book 3 or 4, that follows Dimitri, and I'm not even gonna lie, I fully plan on skipping that one.
Yeah, I was looking because I was just like, how many books are following her? And I think like the first 3 are following her, and then it's like 2 or 3 books after that are following different characters, and then it goes back to her. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize that's what was gonna happen.
Yeah, because I think I binged book 2 and I started 3 maybe, and then the book after that is Dimitri, something like that. I got up to Dimitri's book and I was like, no.
It's like, I don't care. He was
creepy, very creepy. Anywho, like one thing that's pretty cool is like as somebody who reads like a fuck ton of vampire books, I always appreciate when somebody does it a little differently and it's not A, glittering, or B, something that I just haven't read before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a fresh take, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And again, you know what? I think I gave this like 4.5 stars because I liked it a little bit more than I liked Nightchaser, but also a little shaky on world building because they're also like, hey, remember when that happened? I'm like, no, you've never told me. And I know it happens in the real world, but they keep mentioning a lot of like the history because angels have always been in this world. It's like an accepted fact. They live in this tower in New York, and everything we're just taking at face value, but it's just kind of like there's no reference for it. So if you just like, all right, I'm just gonna go with it, like it's fine. But if you start thinking about it, you're like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and there's a lot of throwaway lines in there too that I noticed this morning because I got up at 4 a.m. to finish this book. But there are a lot of throwaway lines like, well, yeah, nobody really knows why, blah, 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 blah. And then we just don't explain it. So it's like a throwaway to like, I know it's not explained, but we're not going to explain it. So I'm just going to tell you that nobody knows. So don't ask me any questions. Next.
It's like, just shut your fucking mouth. Go with it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this was one of those, I enjoyed it. I was kind of on the fence with it. This is one that I think I'm going to like try to continue on with the series because they have the audiobooks on the Audible Romance package. So since I have that, I'm gonna probably just try to do it through there. But I do enjoy, like I enjoyed the story, but it was a lot of different parts of it where I was just like, I don't know about that. Just like you were saying, they kind of mentioned stuff, but they didn't really go into it, like her nightmares and all the things from her past.
Those
It
go
did
get explained. That's a major plot point though in book 2.
Okay.
She did
But that
that.
was just like we went through a whole book and he kept asking her like, "Hey,
Yeah, so
talk about it.
that's a
What's going
pretty
on?"
shitty, like, not a pretty shitty thing, but like it turns into like a weapon someone uses later on in book 2. But it's a pretty good chunk out of like it gets explained all that like
Okay.
I see nightmares in your eyes and blah blah and so forth. Like that whole thing gets like laid out in the next book.
Yeah, it felt like they were just laying groundwork in this one, and like I know they're gonna get to it eventually.
Yeah.
That's when I started realizing, like, I bet this isn't an episodic series.
Yeah.
I bet there's gonna be more books about Elena. So yeah, I mean, we all have like a good idea what it already was from context clues.
Yeah.
And I like that there's a lot more to unpack with these characters than there were with the characters in Nightchaser, because in Nightchaser, Tess felt a little more childlike. She felt like Meg from the Written in Red series. Like she was kind of just like, what you see is what you get. There's really nothing else. Hence what's like seeing the shit out of Shade. Like she was just like, well, okay, no other thought to it, just I wanted someone to do it again. But Elena was a little bit more complicated, and I enjoyed the fact that Raphael was getting a little like Edward Cullen-ish, and she was like, hold up, bitch, no, we not doing that. Keep your mind control shit to yourself.
Yeah, both of the main characters, I would think, like Tess and Elena, they have like similar backstories in a way where they both are overcoming some childhood trauma, and they're both in like kind of action-packed retrieval business. Like, you know, Tess gets objects from the government in space, and then Elena hunts vampires. So they're still hunting things, but very different personality-wise. Because like Tess, I felt was almost naive a bit. She was very trusting of people right away a lot of the times. And then you have Elena, who's like, I don't know fuck with anybody. Like, I don't want to do this.
Like she had knives up her sleeves, and at one point, like the only time she hid behind somebody was to move the knife from her ankle to where she could reach it, like just in case. Like she didn't trust anybody.
Yeah. So two very different heroines in like somewhat similar professions and like backstories and stuff. So it's like it's really cool how both of them are so different. Kind of cool we're comparing two books this time. That's like
definitely.
This one.
Like,
go ahead, Laura, because I'm on a completely different topic, so you could go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh, never mind, because I lost it. Mind blank. It just.
I was gonna talk about how the romance just like popped up, because this is another one I was listening to on audio because I didn't have to pay extra for them. And it like I listened to the stuff at work, so I have it on like all the way turned up. And it's just going through, you know, all the action scenes, all the fighting scenes, you cutting people up, stuff like that. Then it's just like, oh, okay, let me open your pants up and start doing stuff. And I was just like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, did I miss something? I was just like, it just popped up out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay. And they kind of led into all of how she was changing Raphael and how she affected him. And the one was like, you need to kill her. Just like, oh, okay. I know she's going to be another big plot point in other books, though. She was kind of creepy. Li Juan, or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
All of that go ahead in the next book, too. I don't know, though. That stuff, it didn't seem that sudden for me when I read it, only because she spent so much time, like, making it a point to, like, acknowledge the fact that she felt attracted to him, even though she thought he was doing it on purpose. Like, that one last time where she accused him, I was like, nah, bitch, you know that's not him. Good plan. But it didn't seem as sudden to me. Like I guess, or maybe I was looking too hard into it, but I could kind of see the growth, even though it still was a little insta-lovey. Like it wasn't as bad as like Tess and Shade, for instance. Like it seemed, well, maybe it's about the same pace. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I think it's definitely good boundary-wise, because immediately, like if Raphael was doing something creepy or like too sexual, she was like, back off, fuckboy. Like she was like very clear boundaries, and like I liked the fact that she didn't just accept what he was doing, because there's a lot of like passive females in romance. When a guy's like being a creep, they're like kind of are into it for some reason, and she's like, no, this isn't cool.
Yeah.
So I really like that she laid down like the law originally, and then it changes a bit. Like it took me a long time to warm up to Raphael, because he was kind of, I'm like, who wants to fuck this guy? He's terrible in the beginning of the book. And then like gradually when he stops being such like a jerk and he just starts being like grumpy, like I can deal with grumpy. Like I don't want to deal with cruel.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it had like a gradual pace. It was, if I think about their relationship in the very beginning of the book, where she's just like, back off, fuckboy, to where they are at the end of the book, I was just like, that seems quick. Because they were only together for maybe like a month, and then she was like unconscious for a year, and he like is still there. So like they weren't together that long before he's just like, I'm in love with you. Like, remember when you like cut her hand open when you first met her? Like,
True.
I do see the gradual thing though. Like I felt like it was gradual, but like in such a short amount of time. Does that make sense?
And I'm wondering if maybe that was because it could have been intended to be like episodic, or if they intended for her not to be as big a part in the next book, and that was supposed to maybe be wrapped up. And then we went to Dimitri's book, and then she's like, wait, let me explain. Because all of the things that like Brandy mentioned earlier, she's like, none of this stuff got explained. Like literally all of that is in book 2. So I feel like maybe it could have been because book 1 was supposed to have been wrapped up, and we're supposed to go to Dimitri's story, and Elena and Raphael were supposed to kind of be in the background. But then they were like, oh, wait, we didn't answer any of these questions. So let's resolve this, then we'll go to Dimitri. And then everybody was like, I want Elena. So they're like, well, fuck it, we'll go back.
I was gonna start the book 2, but I was just like, let me not do that before the live show, because then I'm gonna be talking about book 2 stuff, and then I'm gonna get confused. So I'm gonna listen to it afterwards. I already have it, I think, downloaded on my phone. So
it runs together a little bit. It does. But I'm so ready to read it again. Like, even though I read it already, like, I kind of want to get into book 3, even though book 3, the plot got a little weird, I think. But way more than her, because I read her, what is her other series? Her Side Changeling series. I do not like those books. Or at least I read the first one, and I fucking hated it. So I didn't read this one a bit.
I've tried her Side Changeling, and, like, I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I wanted to. Like, it wasn't terrible. It just was, like, not my jam. Like, I've read better, essentially. And it was like, I don't know, I read one about cats, like the cat shapeshifter, and then everyone would always like rub on him like cats do. And I'm just like, and then like the girl, she's like, no, you don't have touching privileges yet. And I'm just like, but every other bitch does. What? Yeah. Sorry, that's a different series.
One that I read, it was very, I don't know, it was one of those, because I think he was a shifter and she was one of the side, whatever the hell you call them. So she was supposed to be emotionless. So already that doesn't read well to me in books. I don't like characters who are supposed to be emotionless, because if you do it well and they're emotionless, like, I don't fucking like the character because they're flat. So and then she just seemed she kind of was like Tess. She was very like, childish, I think, and I just didn't like her. But I could not get into that book, and I was like, I don't know why everybody's recommending these so hard. And then I read Angel's Blood, and I was like, never mind.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No worries.
Had a question from somebody asking which Nalini Singh books do you guys recommend? I've only read this one, so.
I read her other. Let me grab it. She writes contemporary as well.
Really?
Yeah, she has this series. The first book is called Rock Addiction. It's about a rock band. And so they're like rock stars romance. And like they're legit like some of the smuttiest things I've ever read, but like excellent. So if you're in the mood for like a good smutty rock star, like contemporary where there's like angst and everything, I recommend. I really enjoyed the series.
Adding those to the TBR.
Yeah.
I didn't know the series, and I think she has like kind of a breakaway series, but it still takes place in like the Side Changeling universe. Ooh.
Yeah. That's an excellent cover, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like a rock star, and he meets a librarian from New Zealand. So I'm like, a rock star and a librarian? Yes! It's like what porn is made of, and I love it.
I think I'll like read that today. Not even kidding.
It's fun. It's a pretty quick read. It's very smutty.
When paranormal authors go to contemporary, kind of like with when Kresley Cole wrote those mafia books, like The Players something or other.
Those are smutty.
They are smutty AF, and I love
Like,
them.
it makes
Also,
50 Shades
like,
look cute.
yes, but alone, like they're not. I don't know, like plot wise, they're not that great. Smut wise, they're fabulous, but I don't know. It's not the same, or maybe I just look at it and expect other stuff from because of her Immortals After Dark series, which I'm absolutely fucking obsessed with.
Yes, she needs to put more out, but she hasn't been writing as much.
Yeah, but I can appreciate that because I don't want her to Sherilyn Kenyon me and just give me this book with all this just random thrown in.
Yeah, well, she did I remember I was reading. I'm like, why isn't Cressley Cole releasing something? Because she released at least a book a year, and she hasn't released anything in a while. And it's like she actually had an accident where she shattered her hip.
Oof.
So I think that was kind of why she's been taking a lot of time off. But allegedly, there's supposed to be another book in Immortals After Dark coming this year.
I'm ready. I'm only one behind. There's a novella with the two. It's the gay romance one that I still haven't read yet.
Oh. Hold on.
You just have everything over
I
there.
just pull out visual aids.
Yeah, it's that one. I don't have that one physically, but that is the only one I think I have not read because usually the day those fuckers come out, I binge them.
Yes, me too. But this one actually I enjoyed, surprisingly, because I don't think she's written a MM romance before.
No.
This one, but sufficiently steamy. I was like, all right, okay, I'm into it. I don't really think that's maybe how sexuality works, but I'm in.
Wasn't it like his best friend and then they were left alone on accident or they were just left alone?
Yeah, it's
why not?
It's like Caspian. Do you remember Caspian? He was in the book with I think it was Shadow's Claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the princess's best friend growing up and she was in love with him. And he's always been with women. He's never had any gay tendencies ever. And then there's Merceo, who's part of the Dacians with Lothair. And all of a sudden he's just like, sup. I was like, if he's the only man you've ever been attracted to and he's your mate, it seems like that's not necessarily how sexuality works, but I'm into it still, whatever.
Oh, let's see.
Anyway.
What else about Angel's Blood?
Did anybody that's watching have anything to add? And hi to my little brother because I think he wants me to say hi because he joined.
Hi, Brandy's brother.
Hi. See, how do you feel about the ending? The magical. Oh, it's okay because you're totally an angel now. We're good. Saved your life.
Because at first I was obviously expecting her to be turned into a vampire because that's what they kept making it seem like. But then as it kept going on and she didn't wake up, I was like, please don't tell me she's getting turned into an angel. And then she wakes up and it's just like, oh, you have wings now. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I have to see how it continues on and how they use her.
Yeah.
But she's not like an archangel, is she?
No.
Okay, she's just like a regular angel.
It comes with age, I think.
Okay.
Although I did think it was hilarious that she's got these magically awesome and unique wings.
Right. They're like blades in the night.
Right.
Just like, oh, okay.
Go from night to dawn. I was like, all right, special snowflake, here we go. But anyway. I
was happy she wasn't dead, I guess, if that's something.
Turned into a vampire. But then I started having Chicagoland vampire flashbacks where she would have just resented him and just talked shit for the first 3 months about how, you made me into a vampire and I told you not. Did you die though? But did you die? So shut up.
Yeah. I don't also when she woke, I know she just woke up after a year-long coma, but she's just like, I'm laying on an angel. That was her first reaction.
She's like, I'm crushing someone. Why?
I'm crushing an angel. I'm laying on it. I'm like, why would they put you on top of an angel? We ran out of beds. We just lay you on angels now.
I'll let you lay on top of somebody else and just laugh at you while you're laying on it. Really?
I mean, it's I wouldn't expect to have wings either, but I also wouldn't think they laid me on top of another angel.
And then to just be like, oh my god, I'm crushing it.
They have beds. Why would they do that? I don't know. But
that kind of like that little like scene right there kind of is the whole feel in her first side changeling book, was why I don't like it. It was like that very like kitschy sort of eye rolling like bitch really that just I couldn't.
I mean, it's quite a way to like resolve a lot of issues that would come later with him, you know, being immortal and her not being it. Like they just cleared that shit up right away.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I don't have to worry about that angst, which is like frankly boring to read because you've read it a million times.
True. So instead there's about her being the first like made angel, and then she has to like, we get more world building because now we see like nothing has to be kept a secret from her, and she's in the refuge, and now she sees like where the baby angels are and how they're made, and Michaela's there, so that shit keeps going on.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Just mean girl drama.
Yeah.
And her stupid boobs. Like she's always just like boobs.
It's like,
I know. It's just like a me pet peeve because I'm like, obviously I'm a little top heavy. So it's just like not everyone with giant boobs is just throwing them around. Okay. It's like it's a me thing.
I think it's a pet peeve to me in general. It's like I understand how a lot of it I think comes from people going, well, men do it all the time. Like that's fine
with their dicks. Like what do they wiggle around?
Right.
Like, they just whip them out all the time. Well, maybe they do actually. There are dick pics now.
True, but that's still like it. It's not the same.
Not in polite company.
Flashing them all the time. It's like somebody on the subway in New York. Like only the certain kind of people do that, and they so.
The people whipping out their dicks in polite company are of a very specific sort.
And you still kind of have a warning because they have like trench coats and there's nothing on their legs underneath, and it's like, and then you stay over there. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anime said she quite enjoyed the angel character with the blue wings. I can't remember his name either. I just read it a week ago.
Larry. I keep Uriel. Fucking Sarah J. Maas. God damn it.
Uriel.
It's something that starts with a U or Ilium.
Ilium.
Okay.
Ilium. I'm just gonna call him Blue.
I kept trying to call him Illyrian and it just messed me up the whole time. Sarah J. Maas on me.
I wonder what angel wings look like when you pluck them. They look like little chicken wings, like because they talked about him getting plucked at one point. I'm like, what did they look like without feathers? Like, I wonder what the structure is. I'm just thinking him with their little chicken wings.
Wings from where his feathers got ripped out. It's like, oh my goodness.
I know, I'm just like little naked wings, and it just makes me laugh so much because it's just like.
That made me remember that part. That moment Raphael got so possessive because she had his feather and like braided in her hair, and he was just like, "No, you're not gonna wear that." It's like, okay.
Like, why did she braid it in her hair anyway? It just seems an odd choice.
That was a very stupid choice. I feel like she did that shit on purpose. It was very
probably.
Yeah.
The bear.
Yeah, he was to poke the bear. That's the only like rational reason she had for doing something.
But I feel like Ilium should have known better. Like, bro, he already fucked you up before. Why are you antagonizing this man?
He did it on purpose too, because he was like, "It's supposed to bring you luck," and then he dropped it. Because he was like, "Well, somebody will find my feather tonight," and then he just dropped it on her. So he probably was starting some stuff of his own too, maybe to get Raphael to reveal what he was really feeling.
Yeah, everyone wants to bang Elena, like everybody. Like, I think about it, like every dude she met was just like, "Sup?" And I was like,
Yeah, she got chased down the street because of it. When she cut up Dimitri, I was just like, "Oh Lord!" And he was just like, I like that type of stuff, right? I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, like Dimitri the slit throat, and he's like, as he's gushing arterial blood from his fucking neck. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
he's a messy bitch. Like, if that's what he's into,
shady.
I hope he keeps a lot of towels on hand. Like, that just seems unpleasant to launder.
Shady boots.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing about Ilium or Blue Guy. He was like the right amount of like being sexually suggestive without being a complete creep.
Yeah.
As opposed to all the other dudes who are just immediately like, dicks, dicks, dicks. And he's just like, you know, I might have a dick. He's a bit more subtle about it. So I kind of like his like personality. Just he's very cocky, but like not fuckboy-esque. Well, maybe he is a fuckboy, but like he wasn't just like, you know, dick picking her all the time.
Or right. Everybody else marking their territory, like Michaela, who just like left angel dust all over. He was just like, wipe it off. Like, oh my god, it's a little creepy, but okay, whatever.
I'm sorry, that's so gross though. And after she had sex with Raphael and she's covered in it, I'm like, ew. It's like you came all over her.
And then you can't wash it off. Like, what kind of shit is this?
Glitter doesn't come off, motherfucker. Like, that's staying.
I did not. You know what was really creepy to me? I don't know why I could not let it go. Was how he just worded it, where he's like, "It's a special blend." I was like, "Oh god,
just for you."
That's gross. No.
That wording did throw me off just a little bit. It's probably a very petty thing, but it just bothered the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's like one step away from glittering. If they're like releasing glitter dust as they fly. And then Raphael at the end was all like nice to children, walking in nature with the children, to quote Tammy Brown from Drag Race.
Walking in nature with children as she's covered head to toe in his special blend dust.
Yeah. Raphael's just like in the park being nice to kids. And I'm like, are you trying to show? That's like going like very hard, showing me he's changed. It's like, look, he's nice to babies now. And like, he should have always been nice to babies. They're babies.
I don't know. So I don't know if I liked it more or less this time, reading it all the way through, because I picked up more like little things that made me go, okay, that's choices.
Yeah. We're also reading it critically. So I think we're also looking for things too. So we're reading with more critical eye. But overall, if I'm just like thinking about if I'm not being critical, it was like a fun story. It is action-packed. It's sufficiently smutty.
Yeah.
It has like a cool concept. So yeah, like I recommend. It's a fun story. I had a fun time reading it.
And angels are really hard to do. Like out of all of the paranormal romance like creatures that you can use, angels and dragons are two of the fucking hardest to pull off, because they always just seem very corny. So
yeah,
major props for that. Because
there was one dragon series I read that I kind of liked though.
I always start them when I get like one book into them, and then I never pick them up again. I can't remember which one.
There was one. Well, it wasn't about dragons necessarily. Dragons just were a part of it.
Was it the Donna? No, I like.
I think it was the Atlantis series by Gina Showalter. It's some of her earlier works, but I think there was in that book there was like a dragon shapeshifters, and there was a woman one. And like when she like half transforms, so she just has like big teeth, and I was just like, it's just a cool image. Like I still think about that one scene a lot out of context, because just seeing her just like and yeah, so I've seen it done once, good. But other than that, I haven't read a lot of dragon shifter books.
I read the one Thea Harrison ones. That one. It was okay. I think the T.A. Aiken, one of those, read one and quit. I think the Donna Grant ones are in more of a contemporary setting, and I think there's something to do with like a brewery or a place where they make like liquor or vodka or something.
Yeah, I only read like one of the novellas in that one.
Yeah,
so I don't really know much else about it besides there's dragons.
All I remember is that there's dragons and somebody makes alcohol, and I don't remember shit else.
They probably bang too. There's that.
I'm pretty sure that's what I read.
So, dragons.
So here's the question. We still have like 2 days before the poll needs to go up, and I got nothing, so I'm going to cheat and ask everybody else to suggest some books that you guys want to read for May, because this bitch ain't got no ideas. None. Unless
I was thinking about recycling some, honestly.
Yeah.
The ones that like I picked before that didn't get picked, but I'm like, I still don't really want to read that.
I do really want to read Guilty Pleasures. That one.
Yes, I was going to pick that one as well. Or I picked The Veil by Chloe Neal a while ago. That one seems kind of cool.
because you put that on the list.
Yeah. So those are the two I'm still like interested in reading.
Yeah. I have some. I just want to read some that are smutty and then don't suck otherwise. that's
Fair.
Because I found a few and I just like I have a feeling I don't know if they're any good. So
we can put Fantasy Lover back in.
Yeah. We can just recycle books this month.
We can have a recycle month. It's just like, hey, remember like All Stars, Drag Race.
All Stars month. Have you seen the promo for All Stars 5?
I what? No?
Yeah.
What? Where is it?
I'll text it to you. Kev's actually, if he's still in the chat, he texted to me and I was like, what is this? What? Why are there 5 bitches? Oh yeah.
Is it real? Is it real?
Yeah, it's a I don't know where it is. I'll text it to you when I find it. I'm super excited.
I want Shea Coulee to be on All Stars so much.
I need Monica Beverly Hills to come back, and I'm just not gonna be right until she does.
Yeah. Or
Nate needs to come back for something that's not a Christmas special.
Maria Balenciaga.
Yes.
There's a lot of dope ones. And I want Miss Cracker back.
Right? Okay, see, I totally derailed the chat. My bad, guys.
Sorry, we went straight Drag Race.
Drag Race? I can't help. Oh, damn it, I didn't save it.
I want Shea Coulee to be on there so much. I thought she was going to win.
Yeah, I'm also
Anyway, books. Hey, we're talking about books. La la la, books. So yeah, are we doing an All Stars month, or are we going to pick something different?
Yeah, let's do that for May. When does fucking the first month that I did book club, we read Trail of Lightning, and the second one is supposed to be coming out sometime soon.
Yeah, it's coming out later this month.
This month?
Yeah, I think the 23rd.
Damn it!
I have it pre-ordered.
I have not been keeping up. I'm supposed to be making a bullet journal and keep up on top of all this shit, but it takes a lot of time to actually create the damn bullet journal like this.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do one, because I was like, I don't have time for that.
Okay.
Anyway, at some point we gotta do that one too. But yeah, anyway, still do put like Rex in there because eventually we're gonna run out of books here because this is not a very big pool that we're picking from.
Yeah, especially if we want stuff to have smut. Like I have paranormal, but they're like a lot of YA stuff. So
yeah,
maybe. Well, see, I was gonna say that, but Amanda just read like she just started or got through the Kate Daniels series.
The Kate Daniels series is always a good thing to read. That shit is never unacceptable, ever, never, never. And I would also suggest eventually the Patricia Briggs series, because if people don't want to commit to the whole Mercy Thompson series, the Alpha and Omega spinoff series is only 5 books and it doesn't really spoil you for anything much.
I tried reading Alpha and Omega and I couldn't get into it because I was just like, I feel like there's a lot of backstory here that I have no recollection of because I've never read it.
Oh, yeah. I hate that feeling.
With Alpha and Omega, the backstory that you're missing, there's like a little of Charles's backstory and his family in the Mercy Thompson books when we find out Mercy's backstory because they all grew up together. So I think
I remember it starting with someone getting captured for some reason, and I was like, I think I need to know why they're getting captured. But I don't know. It was a long time ago that I read it. I started reading it. I didn't finish it, so I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. I could be confusing it. I read a lot of books.
I think I probably asked you this already, but it's Grace Draven. Is she a smutty type of author?
Yeah, I think so.
There's romance in it, but it's not because I just reread Intrigue Me like a week ago. So it's not like smutty, but there's sex in it.
Oh, okay. So Tiny Tea Set is actually my friend Jessica, who just started her YouTube channel. Sorry, I was shamelessly plugging her. But she just recommended Karen Marie Moaning. I don't know. Moaning seems good, but she says she's got a full Vamp Smut series. I don't know what the Vamp series is. I know she has that Fever series, which I've actually been wanting to read. I was going to recommend it.
Yeah, I haven't read that. Maybe that'll be my pick instead of what I picked.
Because I went and pulled out All-Star. It's the All-Star books.
Oh, so she has a historical. Are they vampires? I don't know. I know she has a historical romance series that's paranormal.
Yeah, Jessica, what book is that? You tell us. By the way, I just got a book in the mail.
Nice.
And link your channel in the comments so everybody can find it.
I think you can
Yes, put a
actually
link.
click on her thing. Oh wait, maybe not with the chat. Maybe that doesn't work that way.
What, with the chat?
Yeah, to be able to just click on her because I think she's logged into her channel name.
You
But
can.
I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know.
Look
Can
what I
you?
just got.
Nope, I tried.
Nice. It doesn't work with the chat. Okay.
I can't click on it.
Okay, put a link.
If you put plus, she's not gonna show up in the chat until people get to this part of the video anyway. So if you just put it in the comments, we'll just see it.
Oh yeah, just comment afterwards. And yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Faye, not
Yeah, okay,
vampire.
that's the Fever series. I was gonna say one of those sometime. But look what I just got, guys! I just got the Deer Witch by V. Schwab.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
I'm excited. Well, I ordered the Enchanted book box, the special edition V. Schwab one. They're supposed to come with a signed copy and a copy of Steel Prince, like the graphic novel. But like, who the fuck knows when they're gonna mail them? Like, their shit has been stuck in customs for so long. Like, I have no hope. But Y'all West is in 2 weeks, and V. Schwab's gonna be there. So I'm like, I should just buy an extra copy
To get it done. That'd be
get
awesome.
it signed. So it's gonna be good.
I need to start going and stuff. I'm super excited about BookCon. I'm trying to find somebody else who's going because bitch hotels are expensive and I'm dying.
I think Bethany is going.
Bethany lives there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
She's
Shut up. Sorry, I just got your text.
I might try to go next year and see if I can get my grandma to like switch out her condo stuff so I can like have somewhere to stay without having to pay a whole bunch of money.
That would be cool. I have family that stays there, but they don't stay close. I think like, it's in Manhattan and they're in Brooklyn or no.
Yeah, I'm worried about. I know it's probably not that bad, but I'm scared to like travel around New York by myself because I'm like I'm from Chicago, but I feel like it's completely different.
I don't know you were from Chicago too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just moved out here 5 years ago.
To me, like Chicago has always felt worse than New York just because in Chicago people do their bullshit right in the street. And I feel like the thugs in New York are smarter and they hide their dirt. In Chicago, right under the, the police lamp things that they put in like 5-10 years ago that's supposed to stop everybody from doing shit. So they put like these tall.
Oh, they don't care about that.
And they're lit up with blue lights. And you drive down the street and the drug dealers are standing under the police light. Like they don't give a shit.
It's like, now I'm visible. Everyone can find me to buy their drugs.
Right? Let's see. Lily said, have any of you read the Fantasyland series by Kristen Ashley? I started the first one and DNF'd it.
I don't know what the Fantasyland series is, but doesn't she write like a biker series?
Does she? She writes a lot of stuff because I see her name pop up on Kindle a lot.
I just keep grabbing books off my shelves. Hold on.
Amanda just has all the books.
She does. I'm like, I'd have to search my Kindle. Amanda's like, no, I got it. Hold on.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. Bikers, I believe, like Kristen Ashley.
Those are good.
Yeah, I was told that they're pretty good. They're kind of like smutty Sons of Anarchy, and I was like, I'm down.
Yeah, I think I have her. It's like Faye or something. I could be wrong. I have one of her paranormal romance series though, and I don't think I finished the book. I think I just like got distracted and put it down and never picked it back up.
Mm.
Which, to be fair, happens a lot.
I told you guys the Charlie Hunnam tea, right?
No, I remember seeing the picture that he was in at your workplace, but
yeah. Well, okay. So he came into the office because I work in Hollywood. I live in Los Angeles, and he came into my office to record some dialogue for this movie. And like, okay, I'm just gonna say his butt is like a work of art. Like, he was walking in front of me. I'm not gonna look at his butt. Okay, I'm human. Okay, I'm gonna look at his butt, and his butt was fantastic. So then I just like picked this up, and I'm like,
Lori's butt.
I'm like smutty Sons of Anarchy, and I thought about his butt, so I just felt like I should share with the group.
It would be like a ripoff to all of humanity if that man did not have a glorious butt. I would feel cheated.
Yeah, it's a good butt. It's a good butt, and he's very intense. Like he makes like a lot of direct eye contact with you. And you're just like, it's like looking into the sun. Like, I can't. Like, you're too handsome. Like, yeah, it's my job to book them. So like, I like got to book him, and I was like, yes, I'll make time. Like, I will make time in the studio. He can come in. Yeah, it's always the Australian companies. They bring out the hot guys. I love working with Australians. They're the best.
You guys should move to Australia then. Oh, never mind. They have too many killer everything.
Everything poisonous lives there. No one should live in Australia. It's a terrible idea.
Like visit with like a bubble suit, a punctured bubble suit.
Anyway, okay. So I think unless someone wants to change it, these are the all-star picks for May.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Sounds good.
We're all good? All right. Coming Tuesday will be the poll, so everyone can vote. It'll be dope.
The next one, is it my go next one? The next one will be on my channel.
Yep.
Yes.
And we'll have a date upcoming, but we'll try to keep it the same time because that seems to work best with everybody's schedule. So like 9 Pacific.
Yeah. I don't mind waking up early.
Yeah.
I get my coffee. I get my books.
Hopefully I don't have to work the next time. I picked up overtime shift today. I have to work 2:30 midnight, so I couldn't drink. I've been drinking orange juice and salty about it. So next time I can drink.
There's no booze in this orange juice. What is your problem?
Yeah, these next couple months, at least the next half of this month is going to be a mess. But luckily, we're not, I don't know, unless we need to have a live show before the end of the month because somebody quit and I'm probably about to be working 12-hour shifts for like 5 days a week.
Oof, shit.
Or like the last 2 weeks of May. And possibly have to do weekends too because our weekend people suck. So that's great.
Yeah,
but my check will be okay, so it'll be all right, I guess.
That's good.
If we have to do like 2 and 1 again, that's no biggie. And then we can try to pick similar ones so we can like compare and contrast again. So
yeah,
we'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
We will.
Yeah,
Anybody
like April was a hard month. April was a
Yeah.
hard month for us to like coordinate our schedules.
Because everything was falling apart slowly.
This is just very rude and disrespectful that I have to work for a living. Like, whose idea was that? It's bullshit.
Right?
Right.
Made me re-question, like going to find some old dude to pay for me to just do whatever I want, you know?
That is like the answer to everything at work, and it really pisses me off. And they're like, why can't you just do so-and-so? Or like, why? Because I'll come in and do overtime, and then I'm like, why did I sign up for this? And they're like, they said something, and I was like, oh yeah, because I needed the money because I have to go to New York in May. They're like, well, why don't you just marry a soldier or something? I'm like, what the fuck off. Just quit talking to me. Why is that?
I think it'd be quicker just to work an extra shift.
Right?
A lot less work.
Like, do I look like I like people? Like, do I look like I tolerate people? I cannot possibly marry anybody just for money because I'd probably kill them in like the first week. I'm
Well, then you'd be a rich widow, I guess.
True.
I don't know.
As long as you don't get caught.
Like patience, and I'm just like terrified. I just meet people. I'm like, yeah, you probably got all kind of because it's not the people with actually like psych stuff that are bad. It is the people that just are manipulating the system that are worse. So those are the people like I'm just paranoid about now. I'm just like, I know I'm good. Hashtag trust issues. Okay.
Anybody have any final thoughts that they want to get out there before we go?
Minion was mentioned before. Minion.
Is that LA Banks? Let's see.
Oh yeah, I think I picked that one, right?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, that was the Black History Month picks. We wanted all authors of color.
Is Minion horror? I thought it was paranormal romance.
I think it might be a scary paranormal romance. I think it's vampires.
Okay. So let's see. Keep leaving like suggestions because I'm gonna
eventually use them.
This. We need
like you can put them in the comments afterwards so we can go back and look at them.
Yeah. I'm going to start, like, since I'll be working evening shift today, I will literally be bored out of my skull. So I'm going to start trying to put together, like, a master list. Kind of how, like, Jessie did for Blackathon, where she had this, where they had this Google Word doc and all of the summaries and book titles and descriptions and whatnot were in there. So I'm going to try to work on one of those so we at least have list to choose from because usually like 2 days before the poll, I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to pick.
I'll send some that I've like wrote, like I have down in my notebook, but I was just like, I don't know if you guys would be interested in those or have already read them. So I just sent you a picture of those.
I would reread for book club.
Yeah, I've reread the last 2 or 3, I think. So plus my memory sucks, so rereading it is not gonna hurt me any because I barely I think the only books that I'll reread with any regularity is the Mercy Thompson series and the Kate Daniels series. So other than that,
I need to get on top of both of those.
You really
I just started reading this today.
Yes.
I'm on page 86, so I just started it.
Yes.
I'm trying to finish up the Anne Bishop series, so I can say I finished that.
That's
the one that starts with written and read.
Yeah. I don't know. I got spoiled for the ending, so now I don't want to read the last.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me. I don't know.
I love
spoilers.
I'm that bitch. I love spoilers.
It's a spoiler. If I know it's something that's going to ruin the story for me and make me roll my eyes really hard and be like, why would you end it that way? Then I'm like, well, fuck it. There's no point in me reading this then.
I usually get more excited, or like in some cases where I'm going into a book and I know, like if it's going to be a sequel. Okay, example. The Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. I enjoyed it. And then the new trilogy is coming out right now. And Restore Me wasn't very good. I'll just say that. I didn't like how it ended. And so when I got the Defy Me, the new book coming out, I went to the last page of it and read it right away. Because I'm like, okay, they're going to correct all those things that I hated. And I have so much less anxiety now. Like, I'm very excited to read the book.
I don't know. Caleb from Insane Reader put out this video that I just watched yesterday. It's an old video, but he was talking about spoilers. It's like a bookish pet peeve video, and I thought it like summed it up perfectly for me because he said it's kind of like you take a plane to Europe and you go visit the Europe and then you go home and then you take the boat to Europe. Like, why? You've already seen what's there now. What does the trip matter? Because you know what's in Europe. You don't got to go back just to see it because you spoiled yourself already. So like it's kind of like extra, and I probably fucked up the way he said it because it was hilarious. But it's very much how like I feel about him. Like I already know the ending. I don't need to read the story anymore.
Yeah, I did that.
You've got a lot of shit to do. Like I think you can do it in 2 trips. Other side of the coin here. There's probably shit you missed the first time.
Yeah. I think he was like, if you like wanted to take this trip, but you like go there to whatever. I'm fucking it up. I just whatever. Yeah. I'll put his video in the description box so you guys can see the way he said it. But like the only reason I would want to spoil myself for something is if like, oh, perfect example. I spoiled myself on purpose with the Chicagoland Vampire series because I was really wanting her and what the fuck was his name? I don't know.
Ethan.
That's the vampire guy. I wanted them to get their shit together. So I skimmed ahead like 4 books. I'm like, okay, y'all still doing this bullshit. I'm good. And it was the same with the Faith Hunter, the Jane Yellow Rock series.
Oh goodness, I don't even want to talk about that nonsense.
This bitch was like a cat in heat, and it really was like, okay, together. Nope, it was like book 8 before her and this guy who were doing this they circling around each other. It was like book 8 before they got together. I'm not doing this shit for 7 books, yo. I can't do it.
No, they need to do it by book 2, or I'm out.
Like I think the Kate Daniels series is like book 3, was it 3 or 4?
Yeah, but there was like a lot of like build up in book 2.
Yeah,
by the end of book 2, like you could see them getting together. They don't bang till book 3, but like, yeah, you have to have more progress.
Yeah,
book 8 is just like, it's like I don't want to have reader blue balls. Just get to
it. 7 books. Like who does that? There is no payoff that is worth 7 books unless it's killing somebody that needed to die. Other than that, I'm not reading 7 books for it.
Especially with the way that first book went. So, and
that was the behavior I was trying. It was like that with Carrie Author's books. Do that as well. So Carrie Author's books are really smutty, but her character is kind of flighty. She doesn't have just one partner, which is fine. But in the middle of her having these different partners, there's like this one guy that's always on the back burner. So she doesn't ever focus on that one guy. So it's like she's falling for him and then still sleeping around. And then it's like, are you going to get together? Or are you not? I don't have 7 books to wait for you to make up your mind. That's irritating to me. I don't know. I want to read, like, I read it for the romance. So if you just not 8 books, nah, bro. I can't do it.
That's too slow of a burn.
You're right.
Yeah, Dorinda Jones was the person who did the first Grave on the Right series, or that whole series with the Grim Reaper. We read it.
Oh, I didn't tell her at a signing I didn't like her book. Oh gosh, no. I think I said like, what was I going to do if I went to the signing? Tell her I didn't like the book. So no, I wasn't that bitch. I was. I just didn't go to the signing. So I was just like, I didn't like it enough to like adequately pretend I liked it a lot. So I just didn't go.
I'm still debating whether or not I want to finish that series because I think I made it to book 8 or 9.
Like you was talking about it, and it sounded interesting. And I have like most of them because they were free on NetGalley, so I have a bunch of arcs. But
it's just one of those ones I think that you have to read and like expect it to be like chick lit, kitschy kind of romance. Mm. And most paranormal romance that I read is not like that. I tend to like them with darker themes, kind of. Like this one was, like both of these, not Nightchaser, but like Angel's Blood, where it had like a little bit of a darker theme in it, or it was like serious. And Dorinda Jones, like the whatever the hell this series is, it was just very like you have to, I think, just understand it as gonna be kind of kitschy and corny, and then read it as like chick lit with the Grim Reaper in it, which is not a good combination coming out of somebody's mouth. That sounds really weird, but I mean, that's what it reads like.
Yeah. It's just like she tried too hard to make jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just remembered. I went to a library book sale yesterday and they were having like the sale of all sales because like mass market paperbacks, which are, you know, all of our paranormal romances pretty much.
Yeah.
And they were selling them for 25 cents a piece. Awesome. You guys, I got like 30 books for $7. I don't know what to do with them now, but I have a lot of picks, so we have plenty.
They have them here, but they don't ever tend to have too many. They just, there's like the paranormal romance section is like this big.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're always like, it's always cash only. And I never freaking have cash on me, like ever. I'm like, by the time I go to ATM and come back to the library for a 25-cent book, I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
I think that's where I get most of my books. I buy most of my books secondhand because the libraries in my area, at least, like people throw out stuff that I'm like, they don't know what they had. Like these are finds. Like yesterday, I found like a bunch of V.E. Schwab. I find like brand new copies of books that I liked, and I'm like, oh, I could do a giveaway because I got it for 25 cents.
See, Denver was really good about that with Goodwills. I would go to Goodwill and just find a fuck ton of books. Like all of these copies of my hardcover Sherilyn Kenyon books that I have, those, I had them all in paperback because that was when I didn't give a shit if I had hardcover paperback before BookTube made me uppity. I would just have, I would wait for the paperback to come out because they were cheaper. So I had them all in paperback. All of these ones I have, I got them for like $1 at Goodwill in Denver.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, except for the ones you sent me.
Yeah. Yeah, like hardcover, like romance novels, because like I get like spoiled by how cheap YA is compared to adult books. As adult book, I'm like, I don't pay $30 for a book.
Right.
And that's why, especially Sherilyn Kenyon's. I think Ash, when it came out, his book, I think that fucker was like 28 something. I was like, nah, bro.
No.
Only book I spent that much money on is Prior the Orange Tree, and I still haven't picked it up and read it yet. So I need to get on that.
Priority is boring.
It says $24.95.
Really?
25. Yeah. Plus tax, I guess, you know, 27 probably.
Yeah.
But I got it at a library book sale. It's like brand new. Got it for $1.
Double nice. I think all of my J.R. Ward books, my Crazy Cole books, all of those in hardcover I got from like different Goodwills or what were they called? Arcs in Denver. Like basically I bought them all secondhand because there's no way in hell. I read books too fast. I read a book a day. There is no way in hell I'm paying $20+ for a book I'm going to read in 4 hours. Fuck that.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I have this huge stack I just saw behind my computer. And I was like, oh yeah, I spent $7 and I brought home like an insane number of books. Like I don't know what to do. I'm like, my bookshelves are already overflowing. And I'm like, I have a problem.
Yeah, there's a reason. Like I could have just like used my other computer. Well, I'm on my other computer, but my other computer usually this one sits right here. And I have stacks of books all over the floor, and it looks like shit exploded in here. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to rearrange furniture real quick because I'm not showing that shit in the background. It's atrocious.
Oh, Acheron was $40 in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, those Canada prices, I don't understand how they work that out.
I would have paid it for Ash's book, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I probably would have.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a rough.
It is.
Condolences.
What about the Kitty Norville series? Have you guys read that? I keep seeing it, but didn't you like?
I haven't heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
DJ, and that scares me.
Who writes it? I haven't heard of it.
Hold on, I'm right here by my computer. I can tell you.
Yeah, me too. Ha! We're on the computer right now.
I have my one that the camera doesn't work anymore. The fucking thing. Carrie Vaughn is the author.
Nope. It's one I haven't. These guys stumped me. One I haven't heard of.
I think the first one was written in 2002, 2003, somewhere early like that, and I saw it a couple years ago, but it scares me. It's the main character is, I think, a werewolf, and she's like a talk show host or radio DJ, something like that. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. It's kind of like the other one with the succubus who works in the barbecue shop. Is she a succubus? Damn it. Jennifer
Brandon and I are both like, what?
Okay.
Jennifer Estep or something Estep. What the hell is her name?
Oh, Jen Estep?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
the Mental Assassin series, like her second job is she works in like some barbecue place, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And that's a stupid thing a stupid reason to not read a book, but I'm just like, I don't want to read about. No.
I tried writing a book once about like these vampires who own a coffee shop, but it was supposed to be like a rom-com that's funnier because it's also like bloodily violent.
So I think the only reason I would like to read a book where somebody worked in, like the assassin worked at a barbecue shop is like, I would want you to probably hide the dead bodies with the other racks to eat on. Why does one rack of ribs look so funny? I don't know, dog. You hungry? Here you go. I don't know. Man. Weird shit. So there's those two that I haven't thought of. They're really old. So I don't know. Also, old urban fantasy scares me because some of them are really bad.
That's why I'm a little nervous about Guilty Pleasures because it is a little older.
Oh, I can already tell you. It's like the first book the first 3 or so will be the best ones, and the rest of them they just descend into orginess for no fucking reason. So it's kind of like what's the Christina Lauren books, the Beautiful Bastard ones, which I can't fucking tolerate, and it's how I think it's like
I love them, and I know you hate them.
I can't do. It's like the first scene, like opening the book,
fucking chapter 1.
Fucking in the stairwell or the elevator or something. I was like, what? I don't know these characters. I don't know shit about these characters.
They fuck in the boardroom in chapter 1. They do it in the stairs the next day. There's a lot of fucking. I love them though.
Because I have these of Laurel K. Hamilton's, which are her
That's a different series. I have those too.
Mary Gentry ones.
Yeah, I have them. I got them from the library book sale, the Kiss of Shadows.
These got bad way quicker than the Anita Blake ones did.
Oh no.
The first 2 are excellent, and then after that, it's like plot. What plot? There's just people fucking everywhere. Just everywhere. I think at one point she has twin babies. It's like one of those she has to get pregnant for some fucking reason.
Is this one where she had 2 different dads for the twins?
Yeah, I think like there were 4 of her guards who she was like having sex with actively at any given time, and it was like, hey, they're all the fathers. There's only 2 babies. What?
They were like little mutant babies.
Yeah, so they would just like all sleep together all the time, and it just like there would be this much plot and this much sex, and then there'd be this much plot and then like this much sex. Like, all right, whatever. So I've heard that the Anita Blake series does that, but apparently it's not as bad because she's still writing those books. There's a fuck ton of them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Now my dog's barking because he heard.
Okay, I think someone is telling us something about a book. Because I only read it
Oh, she only read 3. I think she's talking about the Kitty Norville books.
Yeah. Late Night DJ. Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough. Who worked at a barbecue shop? Like, you guys know.
That
was something Laura was talking about.
was the Elemental Assassin ones where she has a.
Oh, that was okay. I already forgot. I was like, wait, there was a barbecue shop mentioned at one point.
Barbecue shop.
I don't know. The ones I definitely though I would like to like foist off on other people is the Immortals After Dark series because I need everybody to read those damn books.
Yes, that's
I
like
read them literally all the time.
that was literally the first romance book I ever read. Was I'm gonna reach it. Hold on. No. I dropped some books. Hold on.
The struggle.
The struggle is real. I could just got up, but no, I'm gonna struggle. I read this it's like book 4 of the series. This is the first romance book I ever read in my life. Because I was in college and my friend was just like, you should read this. It's a vampire and a ghost, and they do it. And I was like,
okay.
Tell me more. And then I read it, and then I was like, I need to read every book she's ever written. And then I did, because I was a crazy person.
I think the first one I read was the one you were talking about not that long ago. Betty Bet something. It was that competition, like the princess that made all the weapon jewelry, and then they started fighting or the champion. Yeah.
That was your first one?
Uh-huh.
You've gone back to the beginning, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I've read every one of them except for the last one.
Yeah.
So now
I think I liked Sweet Ruin a lot. That was one of my favorites.
That is one of my favorites, and I like to play that one. And
I think regularly about the scene in that book where Josephine was just like, "Oh, who am I? Oh, I'm just the girl who made him come in his pants 3 times." And like she walks off, and I was like, "Yeah." I think about her saying that like daily.
I need to reread. I need to reread them in order.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, this is what I want to do. And this is what I think we should do. We should do, well, fuck, that's going to be a lot of work. I don't know. At one point, I want to do a read-along, like maybe a 6-month read-along or a year read-along. Cause it's not going to take that long to read them all, but of all the Immortals After Dark books. But there's people in the BookTube community who read enough of them, so I'm wondering if people would keep up with it the whole time. But I think I want to.
But like, it's legit probably one of the best paranormal romance series I've read because it's consistently good.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole series, and each book, like, you know, it's all formulaic because it's paranormal romance.
Yeah.
But like, they all feel like individual stories. Like, I don't ever feel like they're recycled.
Yeah, definitely. Like, even if like they're super formulaic to the point to where it's like it's always like almost always it's the female character who there's like 3 books I can think of where it's the male character instead of the female character. But it's usually the female character who's like not werewolves or not demons or not whatever the hell you are. I ain't got time for that. And they have to chase them down. But even still, like her characters are so fucking enjoyable that I give no shits that the whole book is completely predictable. I don't care.
They're effortlessly funny.
They are.
Like, she doesn't try too hard to make jokes, and they're like legit funny. And like, that's what I liked about Gina Showalter, like in the beginning of her series, like Lords of the Underworld, very funny, on par with Immortals After Dark. But that series has gone so downhill.
Yeah. Did you read her last one, that Weirdo Ice Viking Space, whatever?
I made a rant video about it. I remember like texting you on Voxer going, what the fuck? I remember I had like a 6-minute rant on Voxer with you.
I read it. It's like, what the hell is this? It's like, okay, maybe I'm just being picky. And it's like, let's see if Amanda likes it. No.
I read 25% and had to give up. Like,
yeah, I remember watching that. And then Bethany sent me some books, and she sent me her art copy. I was like, oh, I just watched Amanda's rant video. Like, I guess I'll still try it, but I don't know if I'm gonna like this. She's like, sorry.
I couldn't. They were the dumbest people I had ever read about. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
Like,
you were
you can't complete a sentence. Needs her medications. They'll make her sick. He's like, nah, fuck that. And she's like, I kind of want to fuck you because you're hot. Like, wait a minute. What the fuck?
No, she keeps saying like, oh wait, no, you kidnapped me. I'm like, why do you need to keep reminding yourself? You should just know. Like, this isn't something you forget. You're still kidnapped. Like,
that was so bad.
And then she goes like, she's like wandering the Arctic Circle, lost. Already, I'm thinking, wow, you're a brain trust. And she walks into the cave and finds all the frozen warriors. She's like, oh, I guess this is a tourist attraction. And it's like, bitch, do you see any tourists? Like, If it was a tourist attraction, you wouldn't be lost anymore because there'd be people around. I can't. And then she goes up to the frozen guy and she's like, "Sup?" And she thinks he's sexy. And I'm like, "You were humping a statue. What is happening? This is all 25% in the book. I can't with them." Sorry, I'm like my blood pressure. I'm like, that angers me.
I don't know why, but I think I finished that book and I wish I hadn't. Because it did get worse, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't foresee it getting any better at 25%. I'm like, no, there's no way you can salvage it.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm sad because her early books are very good. Mm-hmm. I read like all of her books. Like she wrote a couple other series. She wrote the Atlantis series, which is very weird but kind of good. And like she wrote this alien. It's definitely urban fantasy. She wrote like an alien hunter series.
I keep wanting to start that one, and then
it's actually really good. I recommend. It's very, very good.
Okay.
And in fact, her books now are so bad.
Database thing.
Maybe 1 month we'll put it on the list.
Yeah. Need to get together like this whole database list thing, so I'm not grasping at straws like 2 days before it's time to pick something later.
Yeah, it's always me who's like, "Hey guys, let's pick a book." It's always me who's like running up on you guys. So I'm like, I feel like I'm always like, I feel very attacked.
Like the main reason I need to put that journal together. So I have like a whole page, just like new releases in this like circle chart thing. So every month I have the new releases out so I don't forget. Then the other page I have like the book club stuff. And then I made the journal and then I don't ever fucking check it. So good job, Laura. Winning.
All right. Anyone else have anything to add about our books? We always go off the rails. every chat.
Every live show.
That's okay though. Usually it's just me going off the rails, and that I'm glad now because that was not fun. I'd be ranting like, "I lost everybody." Sorry, guys.
I legit love our book club.
Yeah,
I think it's great. I get excited every month. We're gonna do the live show.
Yeah, I really do want to do a readathon or maybe like a series long for one of these series. Like maybe the at some point for the Kate Daniels one because that one's finished now. Definitely for the Immortals After Dark one.
You can do a Dark Hunters one. That one has so many books in it though.
It does, and we'd have to stop at like we'd have to like skip 3 of them because they're the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Maybe go back to Janine Frost, her first series. I read like the first 2 or 3 books, I think, but I didn't finish it. But...
Oh, you didn't finish it? I love that one. That's another one that I reread a lot.
I just got him yesterday at the book sale. I got like the whole series. The whole series.
Nice.
I have the bad series. I don't have the first one yet because I keep telling myself I need to read what I have before I buy my books.
No, most of mine, the reason I have so many now is because like fucking Goodwill, and at Goodwill it's the same thing. The paperbacks are like 50 cents, I think, and there for some reason in Denver there was a lot of paranormal paperbacks. I'd just be in there losing my damn mind. But
yeah,
more bookshelves, and I already have 6. Like this is ridiculous.
I know. It's just like I keep saying like, oh, I should read the books on my shelf, and then I'm just like, oh, are those books over there? So much I do. Like I can't not buy them if they're that cheap.
Oh yeah, if I had them,
like, it's fine. Books don't expire. I can have them forever. So whatever, I'll get to them eventually.
Like when I retire one day, I'll have all the time in the world to read them all.
Exactly.
Take a real vacation one day in life, like stay home for a week. I'll have time.
Right.
That's the dream. I just want to get paid to read books.
Same.
I just gotta figure out how to like trick people into doing that.
I'm still trying to figure out how people are getting promoted and shit. Like, help me out. How do you fucking do that?
Yeah. Like, I'm very, very close to getting my first payout.
Nice.
From AdSense.
Woo woo.
Very close. So I'm just like, give me the money.
I'll get there one day. I'm still waiting on my 1,000 subscribers so I can even like go ahead and do that. So
you're very close though.
One day I'm like 230 off, I think, if I did the math right.
Right there.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Someone in Europe, there's this booktuber, Jean Bookish Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And she has like 165,000 subscribers. And then she did a video where she said she was obsessed with my channel. And I was like, how the fuck did you find me? And then ever since she made that video, like, I've gotten 1,000 subscribers in 4 months.
That's awesome.
Like, I kind of don't know what to do with myself. Because I'm like,
Celebrate.
sure.
Yes.
But I'm also very excited because it's really cool that people want to see me geek out about books.
Yes, that's fabulous. I love it.
Yeah. So without that, like, I would still be like chugging along. I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am.
Yeah. It's like the other side of the coin, like BookTube growing, I feel like now because there are so many awesome people that it's getting harder to stand out in the background a little, I think. Especially when people like, who is it? Jesse and Cindy are doing like these hilarious fucking skits on top of it. I'm like, I'm really shit at those. And they take a lot of editing, a lot of planning.
Right.
Yeah.
My ass just turns on the camera and starts talking and then goes,
Right.
okay,
I'm over here like, let me do my basic BookTube videos, please.
one day. One day, Jesus.
Yeah. If I had more time in the world, I would do more videos. But like, I can't commit to more than 2 a week.
Yeah.
Like, I have a full-time job. I got shit to do.
And I'm trying to do like part-time online work because I'm like, I still need more money so I could save up and do stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back to school on top of this damn job now. Oh, fuck my life. I'm an idiot. And this video every day in April thing, I don't know who in the fuck convinced me this is a good idea. It was awful.
I know. I saw that. I was like, no.
Right. I was just like, would I ever? And I was just like, you know what? I don't have time for all of that.
I get off work at 4. I get home by 4:30 and I get the dogs walked and then I have to sit down and film a video. And because work has been so hectic, I'm supposed to be at work planning what to film. No, I'm sitting here at 5:45 like, shit, what up, film? What up, film? What up, film? Like, no, this is fucking nuts.
I don't even get home at like a decent hour to film. Like, I don't get home till at least 7 o'clock at night.
Oh.
And then I usually go to the gym because I don't want to have a giant butt because I sit all day at my job. So I know, secretary spread. Don't want that to happen. So I go to the gym. So I usually don't go home till like 8 or 9.
Oh.
But I have long days.
I don't even finish with this now. I don't even finish filming and uploading. By the time I do that, it's 8 o'clock. And then like I lock the dogs up at 8:30 because by then they've done so much running around. Like my videos also take longer to film and edit now because a good 30% of my footage is going, fuck, stop, because they're running into the camera, they're running into the light. The little one's been jumping on the shelves now. He's been snatching Funkos down. Like,
oh my goodness. Yeah, I saw him trying to grab the bear in one of your most recent videos. I was like, oh no.
I didn't even know it was back there until I edited it. And then like right before that, I had just been yelling at him all day because I had opened the door because he was making too much noise in here. It's like, get out. Then he's in there like knocking my orchids over. He killed two already. I have a picture where he climbed on top of his kennel and was drinking out of the fountain on top of the fish tank.
Oh no.
Like, how are you even standing on that, you little bastard? Like, what? Who?
You did get like the ADD puppy of the year.
Can you even see that?
Wow.
He's legit standing on top of the damn thing. And then looked at me like, tail just wagging. I'm like, get the fuck down.
It's like, I found water, Mom. Look at this. I'm so smart. He was all proud of himself.
So yeah, I don't know. But my view count from just April has gone up so far. Even if the monetization doesn't, like the 400,000 minutes you need a year, I got like 104,000 just in April.
That's
so,
good.
I'm not getting paid for it, but at least I know they won't take my stuff.
Right. I have that. That's what's killing me. I have my watch time. I don't know what videos I posted, but my watch time is where it needs to be. Yeah. Just that subscriber count. But it's okay.
That make a video really ripping something apart because apparently people like salty assholes.
Apparently.
Salty videos do well. And book hauls.
Yeah, I've noticed like I will something and people are like, yeah, whatever. like all that, the string of those 4 Harry Potter videos I did where I sorted like all these characters into different houses, like 300 I think views max on most of them, and then the video immediately after that's like all these books I did had like 1,000 views the first day. I'm like, I planned these other ones and y'all don't like it. Really? Okay,
that's always how it is. Every booktuber I talk to, it's just like you ask your audience, hey, what do you want to see? You even made a tweet about this, Lauren, like, oh, you want to see that, but we're not gonna watch it.
Like, what the hell? The struggle. Y'all are killing me.
You just have to make them because you want to make them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing some videos, some artsy videos, because I do spray edges on my books sometimes. I was thinking about doing a tutorial. I started making custom pops for characters in books. So I was thinking about maybe
that's awesome.
I brought one out. It was my custom pop.
You finished her.
I finished her. This is Victra from Red Rising.
I need to read that too. I need to read everything.
I have my Darrow in red armor around here somewhere, but his head fell off when I moved here, so now I have to put it back together. And it dinged the paint because I don't know what he had beforehand, but when I painted his eyes, I ended up having to paint his whole head again. So I literally like mixed the color for his skin and all this other shit, and then it moving, he got all dinged up, so now I have to do it again. I'm like,
oh man, that's the worst. I need to make a Severo.
You do.
I have his head. I have this head for Severo. I already like used acetone and I took off the beard.
Oh yeah, I didn't even remember that he had a beard.
He had a beard. If you use acetone, like nail polish remover, it takes off paint on these really easily.
That's awesome.
And Sharpie, because on my other one, a silver Sharpie exploded on it, so I almost ruined Victra. Luckily, I had nail polish remover.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to use this head, and I need to find a good body, but I can't find a good spacey body.
I got one. I'll show it to you later because I have to go like in the kitchen to get my box of Funko parts. So when my apartment people come to inspect, I have to hide that box because I look like a little child serial killer because it's just like random Funko
doll pieces.
I look like one of those little kids that just rips the head off of Barbies that freak their parents out and shit.
Yeah.
All right, peoples.
Okay, we've been on here for like almost 2 hours now.
Yeah. we
were talking about the book like a good hour ago.
All right. Okay. Final thoughts.
Any final thoughts are there?
We'll wrap up.
Books were good.
I enjoyed.
These were 2 of the best thus far since Trail of Lightning that I really liked. After that, everything I've been reading through here was like,
Yeah.
These 2 were pretty decent. I'd say they were fun. They were fun to read, legitimately.
Finally, one with smut in them. 2 with smut in them, actually.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So, yes. No non-smutty books. We want the smut. At least we're honest with ourselves.
Yeah. No use in hiding it.
Yeah. And we picked our books for next month. So this was like, it was a good chat.
Yeah.
We got some stuff out of it.
I'm defaulting to now. I can't figure it out. I'm just going to ask her, hey, what do you guys want to do?
All
All right. And don't forget, next month, the chat will be on Lauren's channel again.
I guess it'll be in June.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, not next month, because we just did too.
So
you guys have an extra week to read May's book.
Yeah.
No, you won't, because you won't know what it is till May 1st. Never mind. Never mind.
I'll see, because if we might end up doing a double one again, maybe we should just do the vote for 2 of them. No, it's too much work. Okay, first I'm gonna put up the vote.
We'll
see how June looks first.
Yeah. I'm gonna do Tuesday morning. I'll put the vote up for between now and April 1st for the book. April 1st, I'll announce the book. I'll try to remember. I've been really shitty about remembering to announce later, but I'll put notes here on my wall behind my camera that says announce what the fucking book's gonna be, because I always forget.
Usually I do it. I just think about it more because I'm just like, I need to know. Like I follow those like polls like obsessively. I'm like, what are they picking? Like, I get so excited.
That's what I was doing before. So I got to get back to like paying attention. That was another thing I had in my planner, was all my social media stuff. What days I'm gonna post, what days I'm gonna respond to comments. Because with this Veda thing, I have not been able to reply to any of these comments, because by the time I get done fucking my YouTube, it's 9 o'clock and I'm like, sorry guys, I have no more peopling left in me. Sound like a little old lady. Okay, so look out for the poll on Tuesday. You will have a week to pick which book you want, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
Yay! All right.
All right.
Bye. We're just saying-
So that's it.
That being this guy saying bye.
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 Bye, everybody.
One last bye.